Hi, this is a one frame presentation. Hopefully it'll only last a couple of minutes. It's about pride, what it means to be proud. I'm not going to name the celebrity or the events that caused me to consider this, and much of what I'm going to say here is stuff I've just considered. But the argument I'm making here, and I'm open to rebuttal, is that you can be proud of who and what you are, and that achievement is not the only precursor for pride. Pride is largely irrational in the first place. I mean, why support a football team if you aren't playing for them? Why be proud of a nation's history if you weren't born for most of it? Why even be proud of your friends' achievements if you didn't achieve them yourself? There's no rational response for most of that. There may be a Darwinian one, but there's not a personal, rational reason for any of it. Pride is an emotional response that cannot be rationalised away in most people. It's part of the empathy group of emotions. It's particularly true of group pride. It's inbuilt into most humans at birth and probably cannot be educated away, nor, I would argue, should it be. Some people seem to lack that level of group pride, and perhaps more power to them, but you can't educate it away from the people that have it. Those few people that do lack this sort of group pride and pride in the circumstantial rather than the physically achieved or the personally achieved always seem to think they can educate and inform it away from the vast majority of people who do feel pride in the circumstantial or in their group identity. I see attempts to remove pride in those forms happen all the time. But, and here's the thing that I'm hoping will resonate with anybody listening or watching this, what happens in most cases, and think of your own examples yourself of celebrities and political and even in your personal life, is that most cases where an attempt is made to remove pride or to re-educate somebody who's perceived in having unearned pride is a simple pride transference. Somebody then becomes proud of being part of an anti-patriotic group, proud of being woke, proud of being part of a group that prides itself in not being proud. In fact, when you frame it in that terms of the corollary, pride makes even more sense. Being proud of who you are is a natural human condition, in moderation a healthy one that leads us to make the most of who we are, understand our own strengths and weaknesses in comparison with others, and make the most of the opportunities that suit us best. It's part of the self-understanding process. Being proud in moderation is a very healthy state of affairs and an entirely human and humane response to finding your individual value in a world that contains almost 8 billion people, a world that often seems as little time for individuals outside of the demographic stereotypes that we like to bundle everybody into these days. Pride in moderation helps us aspire, grow and produce. It helps us to belong and to seek value in belonging. I would argue that pride is normally essential. What are your thoughts?